y'all, day number 25 of Diva Down. But this diva's going home tomorrow. I might still be a little down, but I'm going home tomorrow. Hey, watch the rest of the video so you can get a complete update of where I am, how I'm feeling, what I'm doing. So what have I learned? How to edit videos. Got pretty good with that, and I can put one together pretty fast. But what I've learned is probably that there's some very cruel people out here, and that people abuse their power. You know that, but until it happens to you and it becomes some Twilight Zone crap, that you're like, did you really say that? Did you really do that? I just don't have words for it. No, I haven't lost all hope in humanity, but I have a whole different, let's just say, life is going to be different, extremely different. And I will say what I will and what I will not tolerate really wasn't wasn't a very tolerant person before, and I'm sure in the hell ain't gonna be tolerant now. If it's something I need, I'm going for it. Because right now it's a survival of the fittest. And wow. You know what? I don't even like me saying that, but it is what it is. Oh well. So I want to say thank you to all of my caregivers. And when I say caregivers, I'm talking about the nurses and the nurses' aides and the transportation people and the people that bring your food. I got to say, these are some of the nicest people. And I knew when we was doing beauty shop up in my room, it was time to go. Because I've met people, we've talked about people buying houses, new babies coming in. As I said, beauty shop was up in my room. There are people who have been coming by to say goodbye to me because I've gotten to know some of the staff. I want to say a shout out to my guy. First time we met, he was robotic, no personality at all. And a couple of days ago, and he won't be back for me to say goodbye to him. I got this bathroom thing going on with these men, but I finally made the comment to him that, you know what, you're a really nice person. You're not a robot. And he says, ma'am, it comes along with the job. But I would shout out names, but I haven't been shouting out names. If any of you people ever see my video, I want to say thank you so much for the encouraging words, especially some of the ladies over at the other facility that were helping me stay grounded. And I swear you were saying things to me to give me cues. Totally appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you is not enough. So here's one of the nurses' aides here, a guy, really robotic. How can I help you? What do you need? At this one night, me and my roommate, now I've been here 20-some days. I don't know how long she had been here, but we kind of all wake up at the same time, and we gotta go to the bathroom and all this other stuff. And then a little bit later on, the whole process starts all over. Well, this one night, my roommate gets up first, which wakes me up. And our little process, we have our little process. She goes to the bathroom, then they come back, take her, and then they, take me. Well, when she got up, her bed starts alarming. I move, my bed starts alarming. It's like it's the great escape, like we going somewhere. This dude then turned on our beds so that if we become fall hazards, meaning that we've moved, our bed's alarmed. I was like, listen, turn that damn thing off. you had to have been here to appreciate why it's so funny now. So, another funny story. Yeah, I got my preppy look going on. But another funny story. So, my last procedure, they put me in a room, and I can hear what's going on in the other room. And they bring this lady out of, take her off of anesthesia and wake her up. And then all of a sudden, they're like, okay, whatever her name is, we're going to have to put you back to sleep because your heart is racing. So they put her back to sleep, and then I hear clear, clear. And I'm like, oh shit. So it's not necessarily funny for her. But then a little while later, the door opens up and in comes the doctor, and he starts to explain things to me and what things are going to go on. And it's actually the anesthesiologist that's talking to me. And I said, well, I just want to know that I'm not getting what she got. I didn't think that my procedure would warrant having me defibrillated. And he looked at me and he kind of chuckled. He says, yeah, the walls are very thin, but I can assure you that you won't be getting what she's got. And I was like, okay, we can do this thing. But I wasn't going in there if my end result was going to be my heart stopping. That ain't good. Like I said, there's no level of privacy in this hospital. I would hope that it's in other places, but the walls are very thin. You hear everything. There's my other funny. The most humiliating thing is male nurses' assistants. You know, as women and as an African American, I truly understand discrimination, but I got a problem when a man coming to pick me up to pee. But you quickly have to get over that. Otherwise, you're going to have some issues. And peeing on yourself versus having a man take you to the restroom, you quickly learn that it is what it is. So you learn to drop it like it's hot. You got to get over it. And to my bestie, y'all know the other half of the TDs. Well, first of all, glad you're on vacation. We had already planned our little vacations to visit family prior to us starting to hit the world again. I didn't make my little vacation, but I'm glad you were able to make yours. And yeah, we got some trips planned, and I'm going to be on them. We might have to capitalize. We know how to do with the wheelchair. Not that I'm going to be in the wheelchair, but I might use it to get us through these airports. It's a convenience. But thank you for getting my contraband in here. My little mix-up of my essential oils. You got people walking down the hallways talking about, what's that smell? Those essential oils really have helped me. And sadly, I'm sorry that I had to put you through doing my last will and testament. But I thought these folks was going to kill me. And I called my girl up. I was like, girl, I hate to put this on you, but I need you to know what to do in case I'm no longer here. The world I couldn't ask for a better best friend. So my proud mama moment. My son hasn't been able to get in. Today would be the first day that he could actually come and visit me, because you have to be vaccinated plus the 2 weeks in order to visit in this particular hospital. But the day that all the drama broke out, I'm laying in the bed, looking up at the ceiling, and I just feel this presence. And all of a sudden, this shadow comes in saying, my name is Charles Aaron Hayden IV, and this is my client. I need to speak to whoever's in charge. And I'm laying there going, dang. Wow. And I'm like, how did you get in? And he looked at me like, now's not the time to be asking me questions. He got to taking statements and names. He had these people jumping around here. And I'm laying saying, so y'all should have dealt with me. Because now you done pissed him off, and you shouldn't do that. And then Mother's Day, because I really did think I was going to see my child for Mother's Day. And, I was like, 27 years, we have made sure, especially since he could understand Mother's Day, that we spent that day together. Well, I'm sitting in the chair. I don't remember what I was doing. I was kind of looking down, and all of a sudden he pops in. And I like screamed, scared my poor roommate. And I'm like, how'd you get in? He's like, Ma, you know I was going to get in here. I was not going to leave you for Mother's Day. So definitely a proud mama moment. It was awesome to see my baby in his element. I was impressed. So that's my proud mama moment. Okay, now this is priceless. Eating my had to be lunch, and I've been ordering tea. I'm a tea drinker now. Well, not this day, because I opened up my cup, and I got a tea bag and no water. Where they do that at? Tea bag, no water. But then the next day for lunch, it gets even better. I order a salad. And so the people, when they come to deliver your food, they are like in a rush. I think they for every one they drop, they must get money because they like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Well, this particular time, she wasn't fast enough, and I took the top off. So on the side, there is dressing. And I noted that there was a lot of dressing, and normally you get one dressing. Well, it was so much damn dressing because I take the top off and I ain't got no salad. So I'm like, hey, wait. Person turns around and I'm like, I don't have a salad. And she said, oh. And I'm like, oh, did you think all I ordered was dressing? And she said, well, I don't know. So I'm sitting here with a plate and some salad dressing. Yep, this is real stories. Something I discovered about me. I don't like people touching my stuff. These people touch your stuff. No, get your hands off my stuff. Even in my state, don't touch my stuff. One of the most frustrating things about being in this place, and I would hope that it's different in other hospital systems, is that you're pretty much a checkbox. I've observed it. It's happened to me. You have someone coming in and they're supposed to be concerned or coming to talk to you about your care. They're just trying to check the box that it was done for the day. I mean, come on. Lady just got out of surgery. Anesthesia hasn't even worn off, and you're teaching her how to put on her socks? Really? That person, I really wanted to tell her, did you really just go through that whole thing so that you could put your check mark on your piece of paper and say, I did it? That's ridiculous. They don't even treat people like humans. And I got to tell you, if you got older people that are in the hospital and you can't get in there with them, you need to be on the phone with them all day, starting at 6 a.m. in the morning until about 3:30, 4 o'clock, so that you can hear everything that they're told, or because it's just ridiculous. They start at 6. You wake up with somebody over you saying, well, how are you feeling today? And la 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 la. I mean, this is horrible. And it's frustrating. And it's all so that they can put a check on a checkbox. That's all it is. I would have thought, as our society I don't know. I don't know what I thought. Sure in the hell didn't think this. That's for sure. And something else that is so frustrating, there's no continuity of your care. Short of your doctor, they're not going to change. But those that are taking care of you on a daily basis can change on a daily basis, by minute basis. And I'm not talking about days off. I'm talking about every single day you have a different care team, which means every single day you are trying to tell them what you need and what you don't need. And it comes down to, yeah, they got all the stuff in the computer, but when the shift changes, you spend at least an hour telling them what needs to be done, what doesn't need to be done. And this problem can be solved easily. Continuity of care. We ain't changing the rooms of the patients, so the nurses team and the NA team, let them be the same people if they're working multiple days. Instead of every single freaking day, you got a whole new set of people. Well, I kind of like know everybody around here by now because I done had them all. But again, no continuity of care, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this part out. I don't know who the hell running this place, but they need me here, because it'd be about 5 things I'd change walking in the door. Because you don't tell me because it's medical. Well, you know what? You need to do better. Hell, they can build a car, they can put people on the moon, but you can't manage a hospital? Frustrating. So frustrating. Okay, so this is probably the funniest one yet. I got an email today from my insurance company. So I trips on over to the website. Let me see what they got to say. Well, it seems like my stay in the hospital from April 19th to May 3rd has been denied because it wasn't medically necessary. I'm not even. Yeah, this shit's funny. How much more medically necessary does it have to be? Okay, so here's another one. Last night, I lost another roommate. She came back from her dialysis and was real loopy. About 2 hours after she come back, they come in and we're gonna give you a COVID test. And I'm sitting here going, COVID? Okay. So they give her the COVID test, and about an hour later, they roll in here and roll her out and say, we are moving you to a private room. I'm like, okay, COVID test, move her out. So I'm kind of waiting, thinking, okay, well, maybe they're going to give me a COVID test. Nothing happens. My NA comes in to do my blood pressure, and I'm like, is there anything y'all need to tell me? And he says, I'm sorry, ma'am. It's HIPAA laws. And I'm thinking to myself, HIPAA? I need to know. So, I'm supposed to go home Friday. I'm kind of texting my son earlier in the day, and I tell him what happened. He was like, well, you're coming home in 2 days. You may want to know. And I'm like, oh, okay, so I can't go home without a test. So the nurse comes in, and I said, I understand that there's HIPAA regulations, but there is no privacy in this room, and I know that my roomie had a COVID test last night. She'd been here 3-4 days with me. She had a COVID test last night. And then y'all rolled her out of here. Said you were sending her to a private room. Now, I don't need to know why you rolled her out, but I need to know if she was positive. Because ain't nobody came to talk to me. And Houston, we got a problem. And what y'all don't want to do is have me sitting here much longer, and I don't know whether or not that woman had COVID. Well, and then I said to her, y'all gonna be so happy when I leave here. She said, said she'd have to go talk to her manager. And off she goes. When 5 minutes later, she comes back, well, you'll be happy to know that she doesn't have COVID. And I'm like, yeah, she better not. That's all I got to say. Because I get COVID up in here. Oh, Lord Jesus. I'm still laughing. I'm still laughing. So I don't know. I probably did say, I used a walker. Nope. So I don't know. I probably already said it, but I used a cane today. It was not pretty. But we're going to work on that tomorrow. But going home with a walker. So my concern is they're not going to go ahead and send my information forward regarding adverse effects to the vaccine. And although we can't prove it, problem is if you never let the people with the science know about us, and I say us because there are several people. I actually know someone in my own circle who's in the hospital and cannot walk. And it happened, I believe it was the same day that they took the same vaccination that I took. Again, it's happening to people. We're now vaccinating children. There's a solution to this. I feel that there is. But if they don't know about us, if they keep it quiet and hush hush, then there's no way to solve the issue. So that's my concern. I was told that it would be reported, but the one thing that this hospital that I'm in is good at is documenting. Hasn't been documented yet. So I don't think it's going to get done. And that's sad. That's sad that they're deciding to make a decision for me based on the fact that they just don't feel that it's warranted. And by the way, go ahead and Google it. Go to YouTube. Type in paralyzed after vaccination. You'll find the news article on the lady that I've been talking to you about. She got out of the hospital yesterday. She was walking, but they also showed the PT program that she went through, and this place fails. But nobody would look at the article. I told them to go look at it. These pompous ass people. Yep, I said it. How dare you? Oh well. I said it. Pompous ass. I know one thing's for sure. I won't be jumping my behind in no line for no booster. That will not be happening. I pass. So, it's time to start the next chapter of this journey. It is a little scary going home to my temporary new normal. No, I'm not walking. No, I can't balance myself. But I'm much, much stronger than I was I've been here 8 days. 8 days ago. I'm going to continue this journey. And I'm going to continue documenting. Because I'm going to run again. I'm going to swim again. And I'm going to be back on my bike. And it's not going to be next year. It's going to be this year. So I've committed to going through this whole journey. And I also want to keep this story going because somebody has got to hear me. There are other people that are being affected with neurological issues related to taking the vaccination. And again, I am not an anti-vacciner or a vacciner or however you say it. I'm not against it. I just feel that we got to look at everything. And the state that I'm in is not what I would have chosen. I truly hope that it's temporary. But if this is what is the cause and it's temporary, it would be nice to be able to tell people, it's temporary and to have a plan to help them get back to health. versus doctors just prescribing stuff. You can only imagine what some of these people have been prescribed. And again, I'm in contact with people, but just prescribing stuff out of their behinds is what I think it is, and seeing if it works. But yet you don't want to recognize what could be the cause. Anyway, thank you for watching yet another one of my videos regarding this experience. I tried to give you a little overview of my stay here and the other nightmare place, and make it a little bit humorous and also a little informative. Bye, y'all. I'll be home the next time you see me.
All nurses to the nurses station.